is brought to you by Pigskin Nut Media, your everyday source of unlimited football content. Follow Pigskin Nut at pigskinnut.com for the unlimited content. Um, let's just pretty much, start off with the weekly updates. So far I haven't heard anything as far as the updates on Alex Smith left leg. He received a gash from the cleats in Monday's game against the Steelers, and he pretty much played throughout the whole game. He patched his leg up, and he continued throughout the whole game. But if you guys actually watched it, I do have a small video on that. So if you guys, I do have it for you guys. If you guys want to actually watch that, but it was exciting to see that to for him to play through it. So, I hope everybody is great. I hope everybody's feeling well. We're going to just go ahead and jump right into it, which is the Week 13 recap versus Pitt. Uh, Monday's game was a game for what everybody called Washington the underdogs, and nobody expected the Washington football team to come out on top of the Steelers, but beforehand, before the game even started, throughout the week, I've been saying how you know this game can be very much won by the Washington football team. It's just all about the matter of being consistent and playing smart football, and that's pretty much what's been happening throughout that whole game. There was some things that that was costly, on the offensive side, but the defense, they stood up, they got the win, and I was happy about it. It was very shocking. We knocked off an undefeated team, and not only that, with them losing, the Steelers will be fighting for the number one seed against the with the Kansas City Chiefs right now, and I believe they're the only two teams that's right now on 11-1. So, good job, and Mike Tomlin said that his team did not deserve to win against Washington, and what he actually said was, he said, "I live by the coaching creed. If you can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win." That was the case for us in this game. We had several sequences where we had an opportunity. If we gained a yard, it was significant in terms of the development of the outcome of the game. But we were unsuccessful. That is the nuts and bolts elements of football, the physicality element of football. We didn't meet that challenge, so we have some work to do in that area. Um, I'm just gonna flat out and say it. This is why I like Mike Tomlin so much. He praises his team so well when they do so well, but when they do so bad, he doesn't sugarcoat it at all, and he's really hard on his players, and this is why they've been playing the way they've been playing. Despite what everybody might think of the Steelers season, Mike Tomlin has gotten this team together. Even with the last season, with them have multiple injuries, and the way Mike Tomlin's gathered them, but the Steelers were a tough team, and we came up with the win. So that was a good thing. There was a lot of spotlight and shines in that game that a lot of people have seen, and despite what some people may think, it's Washington defense is one of the best in the league. With us being top four in total defense and top four in passing defense now, this defense is sort of a force to be reckoned with. The linebackers has improved very much. They've improved very well. I've been talking about the linebackers, how they just need to improve throughout the season, some way, shape, or form. But they've been on the ball, the whole game against San Fran. So that was a great thing to see. Now the linebackers stepped up. Kevin Pierre Lewis, Cole Holcomb being the leader of that, being one of the leaders of that defense, and then John Bostic. They did a very good job with containing that middle field and Eric Ebron a little bit. Eric Ebron has gotten some passes to give the Steelers their opportunities, but the linebackers played such a great football game, and that's pretty much what you like to see day in and day out. So kudos to the linebackers. While we're talking about players, it's time to talk about the Hog Stars. And if you guys don't know what the Hog Stars is, the Hog Stars is pretty much players that we actually want to give a lot of kudos and credit to. And pretty much what players pretty much stepped up. And right now, I don't have my co-host here with me right now, but the DMV champ has been talking about this kid a lot, and that is Cam Sims. All right. Cam Sims has been phenomenal on Monday. He had 5 receptions, 92 receiving yards, 18.4 yards per catch, 0 touchdowns, and 9 targets. Listen, a lot of people might not see what I see in Cam Sims, but when Cam Sims got drafted, right? I had high hopes for the kid, and what I seen from him, what he can possibly be that big wide receiver that we need in red zone opportunities. And you can either see inside of Monday, like they actually tried to push him, with those red zone opportunities. But here's a big stat for Cam Sims that in 5 games, Cam Sims has 14 receptions for 276 yards and 15.7 yards per average. He's been a major factor in the offense this year, and is starting to be the receiver that some fans like myself knew that he could be since he was drafted in 2019. Um, like I like I said, Cam Sims is starting to mold into this offense, and it's what I've been wanting to see from Cam Sims, for the last year, year and a half. So I'm glad to start to see him finally get comfortable in the offense, and it's Scott Turner's offense of that, So that's a big improvement for Cam Sims. So definitely keep up the good work, man. This that's something that we really really like to see, because a lot of people's talking about the wide receivers, and Cam Sims been stepping up. So the next actually hog star that I actually want to talk about is Logan Thomas. Some people might know Logan Thomas, but if you don't know Logan Thomas is an ex Hokie from Virginia Tech. He played quarterback, and then he transitioned to tight end when he came into the league, and he's been quiet for a while, but then he came to Washington, and Washington has been trying to get him involved inside of the offense, which now you can see that he's been there every time. Every time you call his name, he's there to you know do justice. And I like the way things has been going with Logan Thomas. It's been great. It's been great to see Logan Thomas, actually, starting to be the tight end that he see himself in. What I actually seen and I had hopes for, when the season started, you know, before before the actual season started, when Logan Thomas was named the actual starter after letting go of Richard Rodgers. Everybody was like, "Oh, we need another tight end. Logan Thomas is just not it. He just started playing tight end last year. How do we know if Logan Thomas is the answer?" And I've been saying, you know what? You don't know, but you got to give it time. You got to give it time. For the sole fact of it being, you never know what this kid has. You never know what type of skill set that he brings to an offense. And after you've seen it this year, you can tell that Logan Thomas has been great with his offense. And in his last 5 games, he has 22 receptions, 29 targets, 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 8.9 yards um per um per average. So that's a big step. Yeah, that's a real big step. But last night last night, Logan Thomas, he had 9 receiving yards, 98 he He had 9 receptions. I'm sorry, the picture is actually kind of backwards, but it's 9 receptions, 98 receiving yards, 10.9 yard average, and 9 targets and 1 touchdown. So Scott Turner has really got Logan Thomas involved in his offense, with the trick plays and getting Logan Thomas on those stretch plays and things like that. It's been great. I've been calling Logan Thomas' name all season as well, so it actually does me great to see that his numbers are going up slowly but surely. Another actual Hog star who has been trying to find his way inside of this offense, but has been doing very well, is none other than J.D. McKissick. A lot of people didn't really believe in J.D. McKissick in the beginning of the season, but now you're starting to see that he's getting more involved with being the third option in a third down situations with the screen passes and things like that, being a receiving back. You can see where Scott Turner is utilizing him in that type of aspect, where he has 70 receiving yards, 10 receptions, 7.0 yards per average, and 10 targets. So that is we have weapons. We we definitely have weapons. So despite what you might say, Terry McLaurin has got shut down. Steven Sims, he dropped a lot of passes on Monday night, so we didn't really have no weapons. So these three guys have stepped up in the receiving side of it, and was able to put numbers on the board, in the yards, and put a touchdown on the board. So those three guys that I just showed you guys, big kudos to them. So those are the type of players that you need on any team that, when the going gets tough, you can actually have them this inside of an offense when your stars are actually taken out of the game. So Antonio Gibson I'm sorry. Antonio Gibson has actually been sidelined early in the game due to a turf toe. Not sure what is the update on his injury, but it doesn't look good. I think they said that he just might be out a couple of weeks due to the turf toe. Not sure if he will be playing against San Fran, but there will be more details on that on our Facebook page at the HOG-side, and on Twitter as well. So definitely stay tuned. Make sure you guys. I'll be giving daily updates and things like that. Um, one of the biggest things that that is seeing that Antonio Gibson, he's we the status for Antonio Gibson is in doubt after the diagnosis of the turf toe. Turf toes, when you hear that injury, you might think, oh, it's just a toe injury. You can just wrap it up and play. Not necessarily. It's more of like when you football experts or football players actually know what a turf toe actually feels like. It's just one of those things where, once you get that turf toe, it's a nasty injury, especially with you actually using your feet, to actually have to walk on or run on, and if you get tackled, you got to set your feet a certain way, and with that turf toe, it limits you to do anything. You can actually mess it up even worse. So with Antonio Gibson, you might not see him in the Week 14 matchup against San Fran, but you have J.D. McKissick and Peyton Barber, who actually stepped up inside of last week's inside of Monday night's game. So I'm not going to say that we might have to see what we're going to do at running back. I think these two guys, McKissick and Peyton Barber, are very much capable to keep the running game going, and I think that Scott Turner and Ron Rivera will be able to find some type of scheme and game plan to get these guys going. But the last Hawk star that I actually want to point out to is this Washington defense. We've all been talking about them this whole season, but one thing that I do want to throw out there is just how this defense has just been very stingy with allowing, as many passing yards this season. With the way things has been, despite the losses that you see, and despite the way you see our season, our defense has been pretty much top notch. I'm not going to say they've been playing the best. That we know that they can play. Of course, we know that they can play better. But I mean, listen, this defense. I'm satisfied with how this defense has been playing, despite what a lot of people might think. As in total defense, opponent yards per game, we are number 4 right now in total defense, and you can see that against Pittsburgh. Against Pittsburgh, this defense has had 8 deflections, 41 total tackles. They didn't have any sacks, but they had 4.5 tackles for losses. That was pretty good. They was able to contain Ben Roethlisberger a little bit and contain Chase Claypool and their wide receiving core. Their wide receiving core has been phenomenal throughout the whole season. They had some touchdowns, they had some yardage, but it's nothing where it put the defense in very detrimental instances. But not having James Conner in that game actually helped us a little bit as well, because the rushing game was up there as well. We didn't allow Benny Snell to get the running game going, and that is what is important, in these games. It is very important you know when your team is able to actually stop the run. So I want to see more from this defense still. Chase Young, he had a crazy stop. He had a crazy stop at the goal line. It was crazy. I didn't think that he was going to be able to make that play, but he made it and he stopped him from getting that going on it for fourth inside of the touchdown. But the whole defense as a whole, it don't like I said about Mike Tomlin when he was talking about the yards, that the defense has been able to stop these the Pittsburgh offense when it came down to that 1 or 2 yards. They didn't give up. They didn't give up that 1 or 2 yard to expand Pittsburgh drive, and that's what you want to see in every defense is not giving up those crucial those crucial inches and yards, 1 yard, 2 yard plays and things like that. Not giving those up when it actually matters. So again, kudos to the defense. You know, keep doing what you guys doing. And hopefully, hopefully we can see the same thing and much better in against San Fran. So we're gonna pretty much keep it going. The NFC East playoff race. I know you guys might think that oh, there's no way that we can actually make the playoffs, but I think that we actually have a great chance to make the playoffs. And we can win this division. This NFC East playoff race. It looks like a complete joke to the whole NFL. But let's take a look at this NFC East playoff race. We have the Giants at 5-7, and Washington as well is 5-7, but the Giants owns the tiebreaker only because they was able to sweep Washington. And so that that pretty much puts the Giants in the big with the bigger opportunity. The only thing they have to do is win the division. We can't tie Washington can't tie with the Giants because the Giants win the tiebreaker because that's the team that swept them. So Washington has to win to just keep winning and just hopefully that the Giants can lose and stop this win streak that they're on right now. Both teams are on a win streak. Washington's on a 3-game win streak, and Giants on a 4-game win streak. So I guess we'll see how this really plays out. I mean, I think it can happen. I think both of these teams are very much capable in actually like going out here and you know getting the job done. We all want to see these guys. We all want to see these guys actually come in and actually win this division. So I think it'll definitely happen. I think it'll definitely happen. So further than that, I have my buddy here, the DMV champ. He just came in. We're gonna bring him in. B, what is happening?
Man, what's good, man? Sorry for being late. I'm tired as a mug, man. What's good?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm all right. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You good? You good? Things happen, but
You holding it down,
you know me. I gotta hold it down, 10 toes down, 10 fingers in the air. So
my man?
so what we actually talking about right now? We're talking about the NFC East playoff race.
It really is just the
And
Giants and the Skins, man.
yeah, so what I was actually talking about is if you look at the record here, both teams are 5-7, and the Giants are in the lead, and they own the tiebreaker only because,
They
of
swept
course,
us.
exactly. So we can't tie. That's not the idea here. The idea is having more wins, and if we have more wins, then sure we can go on to the wild card. But if not, then if we do tie, then the Giants goes in and they win the game. I mean they win the division. So we just have to keep winning the games that do matter and not let up.
I mean, there's only two ways I can see us getting in. That's either to win straight out, which I'm still hesitate on. I mean, a lot of people after the Steelers game feel like the Skins are back. I mean, the Washington football team is back, and I'm just like, man, good game. Move on to the next game. San Fran ain't no joke. Like, you know how I'm just being for real. Like, I'm happy about that win. I'm excited about that win. It was solid. Um, Alex played well. I give him a little credit, yeah, but I can't deal with the way he plays. I can't watch that again next year. That
Well, I
they was
mean,
in the comments. Everyone was in the comments like, "Dude won't even throw the ball past 15 yards," and I'm like, "This is nothing new. Like,
but
this
hold
is
on,
what they want to work with."
but in the second half, I believe there were at least 15 passes that went 15 yards or more, and most of
Not
it was
for
to.
off a rack. That's rack.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about actual passes. I'm talking about actual passes. The passes that he did throw, even though some of them were dropped, and some were missed. He actually tried to launch the ball in the second half a lot, and and that was most likely saying, hey, we can't keep doing these checkdowns. We gotta stretch the field. And your boy that you've been calling all season, your boy stepped up and showed out. Cam Sims.
Man, this the second game. No, I'm sorry. This the third game. He had good. He played well, man. I keep telling everybody we don't need another receiver. I mean, we do, but I feel like he earned that number two spot hands down.
Yeah, I think he definitely earned that number. And you can see that throughout the last few weeks. You've been seeing him getting more reps and more reps, and now you have been seeing him in that number two spot on the opposite side of Terry McLaurin. And he's stepping up. And that's all that Ron Rivera is asking these guys to do is every week is step up and show out. And if you do that, you will get rewarded. And that's what you see right now with Cam Sims. He's stepping up. He's starting to be that wide receiver that you know that I know that he can be. When he first got drafted, we talked about it a little bit last year. When he got drafted, I was saying, Cam Sims, he can be that wide receiver. He just needs to be in a good scheme and a good game plan to
No,
where
that
they'll be
wasn't
able.
it. It was because he had Jay Gruden retarded people, man. I mean, Jay Gruden them did some good scouting from last year. I mean, and stuff like that. They did some good scouting, bro, but they didn't coach. They were just drafting players and not really playing them. Unless you was a first or
Exactly,
second round, you're not getting no PT with Jay Gruden. So
exactly.
now Ron is just switching it up. He like, I'm letting everybody play. I need to see what I got.
Yep.
I need to really
And
evaluate.
that's what Ron Rivera has been saying this whole season is everybody would get a chance to play. Everybody would get evaluated based on what skill set they bring. So you can see that. You see guys that you probably never seen before on the field. You
Heck
see,
yeah.
you see Isaiah Wright. You see him getting a lot more touches. This season. Like who is Isaiah Wright? A lot of people didn't know Isaiah Wright, but you've been seeing guys like Isaiah Wright. You see Kaliki Hudson a lot more. It's just certain guys that you've seen on the roster last year, but don't really have any
Oh man.
stats. Now that you see them actually coming in and actually um, making their presence on the field. So again, Cam Sims, he stepped up. He stepped up in 92 yards. I mean, 92 yards.
I'm gonna ask the Cam do it again.
Actually, yeah. Ken just asked the question: Is that bet still on for the final record? I predicted 7-9 with the NFC title, or a 9-7. Yes,
True,
that
Ken.
bet.
You only can pick one man. If you predicted 7-9, you sticking with 7-9. You can't switch it up. There's no
Yeah,
switching up because we're gonna go back and watch the videos and see what people actually posted. There's no switching up. But the
yep,
bet is still on.
yeah. The bet is still on. So to uh to the new viewers and people who are probably confused about that. So there is a bet. Well, not exactly a bet, but there's a thing that we are doing here on the hog side where we give you guys a chance to win some cash and by giving us a prediction, and that is the end of the season. End of the season prediction. What is the record for the end of the season? And you can be very close. And what I mean is, you can either be one win off or one loss off, to be considered a winner. And so if you come
No, they
close.
gotta be hit it. No, they gotta hit it spot on. Because a lot of people don't. I remember I predicted 5-11.
Right,
You the
yeah,
one who said 10-6, but you switched yours up. I think
yeah,
your 9-7 it might be possible, or 8-8, or something.
yeah,
I can
yeah,
see us
but
maybe winning two more games at the most.
yeah, so you definitely have to be spot on with this. So he said 5-11. Right now we're 5-7. You know,
If we win if we win Sunday, then I'm off.
yeah.
They went past my expectations.
I said 9-7. True Ken said 7-9. There's some other people who actually did give our predictions as well. We just have to go
Oh,
back
I'm gonna
and
check them. I'm gonna check them.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And so listen, if you guys want to win some cash, you guys have a chance to win $50. $50, via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. We'll figure that out. If you're the winner. So definitely, we have things for all of our fans. We'll be having a lot more things for you guys. As the season goes on, but sad to say that the Hog side is starting to come up on the season finale. Which is I believe I want to say January the 5th. All right.
Just week 17.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
it would be after week 17, but fear none though. We will be back during the draft and a little bit during the off season, so you guys will see us live. But as far as the actual show will be going on the season finale pretty soon. Don't be sad. You'll be seeing us a little bit during the off season, but you
definitely
know
off season. Yeah,
but don't definitely don't shy away from sending us messages and things like that on our Facebook page. All right, but let's talk about this. The defense, they didn't give up. They didn't give up. We went down. Listen, we went down 14-0 at halftime, and there were a lot of Washington fans that was like, okay, time to go to bed. I knew what this game was going to be. We were going to get blown out. I can watch something else. But
I didn't get that vibe at all.
exactly, exactly.
No, the reason why is because you gotta think, if y'all go back and watch the game, no one scored in the first quarter. The
Yeah,
whole time.
nobody scored in the first quarter. And
Things didn't start getting popping to like the mid of second, so it was a defensive game.
yep,
But nah, man, defense been holding it down a lot, man. Just the offense, just I'm
Yeah,
just the offense, man.
yeah, but Antonio Gibson, he got injured in the beginning of the game with the turf toe, and I was explaining earlier, the turf toes aren't just like aren't just like a oh, I tweaked my ankle type of thing. Like these
No,
turf
them
toes.
Jones hurt.
Yeah, turf toes are very gruesome when it comes to sports. It
He might not be back for the remainder of the season. I don't know yet. There's only
yeah,
4 games left.
yeah, I know. He is doubtful. He is listed as doubtful for San Fran game.
He ain't
But
playing that game.
yeah, I doubt I doubt we'll see him for the rest of the season. But depending on how extensive this turf toe injury is, because it can be mild, it can be severe. We're just waiting for more updates on that and see if this is a season-ending injury. The thing about these turf toes is just like an Achilles. Almost, it's not like an Achilles injury, but it's as far as like the pain level and like an actual like
It's a
side.
lingering pain that
Yeah,
doesn't go away for a while.
exactly. It's a lingering pain that pretty much that it doesn't it will sideline you for a few weeks or 6 weeks. So,
It depends
um,
on how your body takes it. That's all.
exactly, and so I mean, DMV champ. I know you came in late, but what were your
Talk to me.
what were your takes in this game?
Uh, Surprising. I mean, me personally, I've been screaming about the defense all season. Like the defense to me has been the most consistent. Um, we're a number 7 ranked defense. It probably went up after the Steelers game, but number 7 ranked defense, man. Once again, I'm proud of these guys, and I just want them to keep continuing to get better. They was targeting my man Dunbar a little bit too much, and he was getting a little sautéed a little bit, yeah.
Darby.
Yeah, they start going
Yeah,
at him, but it's cool. It's part of the game. But overall, man, that was a good overall team win. Totally, overall team win. My pivotal point of the game to me personally is when Sam's caught his first pass coming across the middle and broke the tackle and took it for 60 some yards.
one hander.
Yeah, no, not the
No,
one
no,
handed.
no,
That's
no, no,
toward
yeah, yeah, no,
the
no, no,
first
yeah,
point.
yeah. The
Yeah,
first catch, right? Yeah,
yeah. I feel like that got the offense some juice. Like he stepped up and made a huge play, and the offense after that started moving the ball, and they got the little field goal in and everything.
yeah,
Um, man, defense doing their thing, man. It's just like the defense sets the tone. I just want to see more consistency for the offense once again. But man, overall, I'm happy about that win. That's an actual solid win to have on Ron and the football team's record right now. As hey, we can't compete, and once again, that was on a national stage game, so we earned some respect. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm
So
proud of them on that.
one of the things that really stood out to me, and like I've been talking about it a little bit earlier in the show, is that um, when you hear most coaches, for instance, Vince Lombardi, or if you guys watch Sunday Night Lights, where Al Pacino said that football is a game of inches,
Yeah,
and when I when I can say that this defense, when it came to crucial first downs, they didn't give up any inch. They
no, they
didn't give
shut
up.
the Pittsburgh out the whole
Yeah.
second half. Pittsburgh only got a field goal in.
When I tell you that there were a bunch of drives where it was like third and fourth, and it was like 3rd and 2. They stopped them with the third down conversion, and then
Yeah,
you know
that goal line stance was
that
mean too.
yeah, the goal line stance with them with the fourth and goal. Listen, Chase Young did his thing. So again, the Chase Young doubters, if y'all not on the Chase Young bandwagon yet, I don't know why y'all stalling, but that train is about to set sail. All right, it's about to set sail.
Man,
You about to get left behind. But Chase Young,
hey, no, I mean, just
hey,
it,
the kid a dog, man.
yeah, adult. Him and Montez were adults. I love that
Yeah.
comparison. Yeah, like they are dogs,
So
and I respect them.
you know me, this game, what really, I'm going to put this out there. What really made me mad, not mad, but it really bothered me a little bit, is that nobody is really talking about how meaningful this game was to Washington. It was very meaningful to Washington because nobody had us winning this game.
No.
Nobody
I didn't
thought.
really. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I didn't have. I was like, yeah, as long as we can be competitive and keep the game close and don't embarrass ourselves like normally on Monday Night Football, I was satisfied. If we would have lost like 20-17 or something like that, or we went into overtime and lost, I would have been fine, dog. Like I would have been fine. But for us to actually go out there and compete and punch them in their face and their home, that's respect.
Yeah, and like I said, man, we came up and we were the underdogs. We were the underdogs coming to Hansfield. And crazy stat, is when up by 14 at home, the Steelers the Steelers are now 73-1 in their home
Yes,
field
sir.
win. And you know who that one is Washington. Not only that, Washington was able to have the best game of the season.
Hold
And
on, that was the best. I mean, overall as just a football team, but not NFL wise.
yeah, no, as for Washington, that was the best game of their season. And
Yes, it was.
with the Steelers' loss, they are now fighting for the number one seed and the spot in the playoffs with the Kansas City Chiefs. So this game was very meaningful. We knocked off an undefeated team. And
I just want to hear from Steven Tuitt, yeah. That's what I want. I want to hear from him. Cuz was talking big trash, dog. Like talking big trash. Like he
oh
called it.
yeah,
He cold smooth waved us off like a week ago. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a smoke y'all." I was like, "Dad, cuz."
and that was the crazy part about it is that like we've talked about this all last week, and I was telling you, on ways this game could actually come out for us to win.
Yeah.
And when they played Baltimore and seeing that, Bud Dupree being out for the season, that gave me a little bit more light. I'm not saying that the injury was good, but what I'm saying is that him being injured and them losing that aggressive factor on the other side of the defense, that sheds some light and gives the offensive line a little bit more leeway, with only having to worry about, Cameron Hayward
TJ Watt.
um, and TJ Watt. So, and then you see that the offensive line did a bang up job. Only allowed, I think, what
It was like two
once,
sacks. That was it.
yeah,
Two.
yeah, about 1 or 2 sacks.
No, it was two sacks. That's the play. You don't remember the play when Alex, when we was in field goal range
Oh
and he
yeah,
got
yeah,
sacked back to
right,
back on
yeah,
both jumps, and then
yeah,
that's when they kicked the field goal. He took the football and went to the sideline.
yeah. So, I mean, the offensive line did a bang up job. It was complete football. It was complete football. Despite how
No
you want to
question.
look at it, it was complete football. And what did we say? What did we say last week? Yeah, they just have to play complete football.
Yeah, but you
Uh,
want to know what's also what made it sweet though? Because I was screaming this all. I was like, "Don't turn the football over," and also we need to get turnovers. They actually did both. Well, yeah, they did both. They didn't turn the football over on offense, and then the
mm-hmm.
defense got that interception.
Yep,
That's all that matters.
yep. And listen, this defense, man, I can't stop talking about this defense because this defense has been phenomenal, bro. Like when I say that,
Top
just
10 defense, bro.
from the beginning of the season up until now, you've slowly seen this defense get better and better and better as the week went by.
Yeah,
And you can see, and when people say, "Oh wow, Washington is on top," as the top, we're now number 4 in total defense.
Oh, so
We were
because
number,
yes, it was number 7 when we played the Steelers. Total defense was
yeah,
number 7.
yeah, and we are now number 4 in passing defense with us allowing 300 yards against the Steelers. But I mean, listen, the Washington football team defense is still,
They
you know,
solid. They
yeah,
good.
I say top 5 in the NFL. It's just total defense. Total defense is top five in the NFL. Like, despite what everybody might think, it's just it's on paper. You see the stats.
He
You see
said
the
it's on
stats.
paper.
I'm not making this up. But I liked how this defense played. I liked how the offense. They lost Antonio Gibson and things slowed up a little bit, but they didn't give up.
Man,
They
I
didn't
think
give
I
up.
wanted to. That would have been a test for him, but I personally think the real test is going to be this weekend, man. Well, when they
Yeah,
play San Fran, Kyle Shanahan ain't no slouch. San Fran ain't no slouch.
and that game won't be in San Fran. That game will be in the Arizona Cardinal Stadium due to the COVID restrictions in California right now. So they will be playing at the Arizona Cardinal Stadium. So that it changes things a little bit because now there is no home field advantage. And so we'll see how this game plays out.
Oh
And
no, it's going. I mean, it's their home field. It's San Fran's home field. They're just using they borrowing the stadium.
well, yeah, of course. But one of the craziest things is I can't actually explain enough how this with COVID-19 and this pandemic this year has pretty much put everything on the rails with sports in general. But in the NFL,
Facts.
it started off pretty great. You didn't see a lot of things happening. There was some opt outs in the NFL from a lot of players, but you haven't really seen anything until like the I think the first
Last month.
actual no, I think the actual outbreak was the Titans was the first actual major outbreak where
Yeah, I forgot about them.
I think half the team and a
I
coach
forgot about them.
was tested positive, and that after that things just been spiraling out. And I can say that I'm glad that with Washington, things hasn't it hasn't been a very a breakout. And I think that's mainly because the front office and Ron Rivera made sure that you know these players are safe. The
But
employees
also for
are
Ron,
safe.
man, he was the one
Yeah.
walking around with cancer. Everything. He couldn't be. He shouldn't have been around nobody. But he did
hmm
it anyway.
So the question looms around. The question looms around, man. Rivera's leadership. You see it on the field. You know, these guys,
They
these
like to
guys,
play for him.
exactly, and this is something that has been missing with Jay Gruden last year. This is what's been missing with Jay Gruden last year. These guys they came out and played because you're paid to play, but you can see that there's no energy into it. There is no energy into it. And so when you see them on the field now, this whole season, you can see that the energy is high. The energy is high with these young guys. You see it with Chase Young, that defensive front seven. You can see it with them. The secondary, you see it with them. The offense, you see it with them. It's just that Ron Rivera is giving everybody opportunities and is giving them the benefit of the doubt. Is you make your career here. And if you do good, then that's great. But if you still need work done, then we will work with you. And we'll just give somebody else the opportunity for the time being. And
That's true.
and you see that in this instance with the Dwayne Haskins situation.
I'm still scratching my head on that. That's. I just really
Yeah,
feel. I don't know. Yeah.
I've been actually looking into that a lot recently, and it brought me to the instance of Colin Kaepernick and Patrick Mahomes, right?
Mm.
And when I say that is when you look at them two quarterbacks, who were they backup for?
Look, Alex.
Alex Smith. Colin Kaepernick sat down for a year and a half with Alex Smith. Alex Smith got injured. Colin Kaepernick came in and he wowed. He was the wow factor. He was the stepping stone of the different dynamic in these quarterbacks nowadays. Colin Kaepernick was that stepping stone into what we see today with these mobile quarterbacks, the Deshaun Watson, the Lamar Jackson, the Dak Prescott, the Patrick Mahomes. Colin Kaepernick was that stepping stone, and Alex Smith was the guy ahead of him, and you can see that even when Colin Kaepernick came in for Alex Smith, he still had such poise and he was calm. Didn't let things rattle him. When things didn't go his way, and that's just what you get when you're actually sitting down and learning behind Alex Smith. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. When Patrick Mahomes came in for Alex Smith, because of, again, same thing with injuries, you can see that his poise and his calm and his mental aspect, and it's just because Alex Smith was able to groom them, and this is why I think that it was a good idea to let Haskins sit behind Alex Smith and actually learn, because in practices now, you can see that Dwayne Haskins is sitting with Alex Smith. He is mimicking Alex Smith's style, and things like that, and trying to actually get a feeling for being in the backup role. And this is why I was telling everybody that this is not the end for Dwayne Haskins.
We will
You know,
find out. We will find out.
we will definitely find out. We will find out. The off season is right around the corner, so that is where we will actually
We
see
will gonna
what.
find out
Yeah,
what's good.
yeah. We will definitely find out what is actually good with that. But I just don't want think I don't want people to actually like write the check off on Dwayne Haskins. All right, but despite what you guys may want to say, I have highlights. Yes, I do have highlights. I have.
You
Listen,
wow, yeah.
listen, man, listen. Um, I've been working on just getting highlights for every game, and
That's smart. I feel you.
with this game being so meaningful, I was like, what? I gotta get the highlights. I gotta get the highlights. It's very imperative that I do get the highlights. So, I do have a few highlights. I'm going to play one which you were talking about. Well, not what you were talking about, but Cam Sims one-handed catch.
Uh.
Steelers with a four-man rush. Smith going deep down the field, and it is caught! One-hander by Sims. On 3rd and 4, Cam Sims with a one-handed grab at a big moment for 29 yards.
Boy, he's having a night tonight. This is just a really nice throw by Alex Smith. You see right there, to your point, Kevin, one-handed. He's fending off Cameron Sutton with his inside.
Hey, look. There were some instances in that game where they were in the red zone, and Alex Smith tried a few times to get Cam Sims the ball. Just put it to where he can get it, and you can tell that now. Scott Turner is starting to see that Cam Sims, like you've been saying, is the number 2 wide receiver. He's that big body that we need, and the
He's
boy
a little
has
fast.
hands.
No, he got hands. He's not super as fast as what you expect him to be, but dog, he's hard to bring down. And so far, he shows he's a very good rack receiver. Every
Yeah.
time when he catches the ball, he's breaking that jump and he'll turn a 5-yard catch to 15. So
So in the
I
words of
don't know.
Deion
I pay
Sanders,
attention.
in the words of Deion Sanders, Cam, oh Cam. Well, here's another. Well, it's not a highlight, but here's the actual what I've been talking about. Did you? I was actually talking about this earlier. Alex Smith leg was gushing the whole
Yeah, it was
game.
it wasn't it was the other leg.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably somebody cleats probably stepped on
yeah,
him and
yeah.
scratched him.
It was stepped on by but it was a lot of blood though. It was a lot of blood.
Well, moments ago, Alex Smith. This is him before that last third down play. Obviously, it looks like blood of some sort. Not sure the origin. If you're wondering, it is not the leg where he had the 17 surgeries on. That was the right. This is still bizarre. I'm not sure what would cause that. But they taped it, and he went right back in that play.
And you wonder, because of the timing situation where we are here at the end of the first half, you get him in at halftime, and we'll take a look at it a little bit closer and see what it is. But that was a lot of blood.
So listen, there was an audio that I was trying to get before the show that during the game, one of the trainers was like, I think you should sit this one out, just to preserve you. And Alex Smith was like, "No, patch it up, patch it up. No, don't take me out." And
Because
it's
they
just
know if
one
he
of those.
comes out, he ain't coming back in.
So it's one of those things where he was like, "Listen, you're gonna take me out because of this little thing. I done had 17 surgeries on one leg. You better wrap this leg up and put me back out there. Don't take me out. Don't take me out." It's just
He's a tough little old cat, man. He hanging in there. He like a little drip.
look. This man carried Aaron Donald on his back. He carried Aaron Donald on his back.
Man, you love you some Alex Smith. Man, come
Man,
on, man.
We were talking about Logan Thomas earlier, and I've been telling you about Logan Thomas this whole season, and you wasn't buying it.
Because he was hot. He was hot garbage from weeks 1 to 5. He's been
No,
hot garbage, but ever since then he got better.
He had the yards to expand the drive. This whole season. That's so. But are you officially ready to buy in to the Logan Thomas campaign? Are you ready to buy in?
I'll buy in on him. Long as he keeps making plays, I'm gonna see what's going on.
All right. So
he got 4 more weeks. Like I said, he was some butt cheeks at weeks 1 through 5. He was dropping a lot of passes, but ever since after week 5, Cuz has been balling and he's been blocking very well. So he's starting to become a complete tight end. So, but he got 4 more weeks left before I'm sold on him. But right now, I'm gonna hit the buy button. Boom.
Here's another one-handed catch that it wasn't a great pass by Alex Smith, but Logan Thomas was able to concentrate on the ball and actually get this ball. Here's the highlight for this one.
NFL record 69 consecutive games with a sack. The old Tampa Bay Bucks in 2003 did that. Here is Smith back to throw. Oh, one-handed catch, and a splendid catch it was by Logan Thomas, who is met up at the 37-yard line after a gain of 8. 69 games in a row with a sack. That's just unbelievable.
That's years. I mean, that's consistency, for a long period of time. And let me tell you what, Logan Thomas, people trying to figure out who he is. All right, he's not an old college quarterback. He's an
your man, I told you he's been balling. He's been balling lately, so I'm giving him respect.
What's crazy is,
but your man throw that lazy, inaccurate pass, and it was only for 6 yards. This is what I'm talking about. All right, I'm gonna let it go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
About that. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Look,
yes, sir.
Alex Smith. One thing you can't say about Alex Smith, though, and you can agree with me on this.
What's that, man?
Since he's taken over this offense,
they've been moving the ball.
Exactly. Not only moving the ball, but you're starting to see when we went 6-2 back in 2018.
No, I don't see that.
I'm just saying, if you look at it, when
I see Adrian Peterson in that defense, not him.
So what
I'm being just brutally honest with you.
Hey,
hold up. If you want to go to stats, bro, your bro's this Batman's thrown five interceptions and 4 touchdown passes.
So we're
come on, son. Don't. He's playing.
Since he's been the quarterback, we're 4-2 right now, right?
4-2, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we're 4-2 right now. 4-2.
Wow, that don't mean nothing. How many of those games would the defense bail them out, or Antonio Gibson bailed them out?
And
your boys, your man choked in the Giants game. There's nothing else you can defend. You can't defend that. He suck. He's a check down king. He's a Bridgestone quarterback. That's it.
He almost threw 400 yards against the Lions, and that was after the Giants game, was it not?
Dude, you can throw for 400 yards if you ain't running the ball, bro. Come on, man. Don't stop. Come on, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is the same quarterback that threw 17 touchdowns in a season, so that means he's averaging 1 touchdown a game. You cannot argue with me when it comes to Alex Smith. He's a check down king. He's a game manager. That's it.
But you what I'm saying is you're giving.
What has he done, son?
You're giving him a lot of grief for but.
Son, people was in their comments this past Sunday. I'm watching. Dog, Bama's was gone. They was like, dog, this Bama can't throw the ball past 15 yards.
That was in
Come
the
on,
first half.
Slim.
What I'm saying is that was in the first half.
Do you see when he launches the ball downfield? He struggles. There's no bro. He's like cocking everything to throw that jump down the field.
So
Dog.
this
Look.
is
Alex is winning games. He's managing the game. Continue to manage the game. He's fine with me. But we need another quarterback or let Dwayne play. That's just me personally. We need something young. I'm tired of seeing him. He's frustrated. He frustrates me. He really frustrates me when he plays.
Man, we'll definitely talk more about this Alex Smith situation because
man, and they're gonna bring him back, so it doesn't even matter.
I mean, kind of have to.
No, they can cut ties with him. His guaranteed money is up this year, this season right now. After that, they can be walk away. Peace.
Yeah, but it's still a penalty that they have to take. He's still technically on contract. He doesn't have guaranteed money, but he's still on contract, and he's still
okay. That's cool. I hope he retires.
But there's another Logan Thomas touchdown highlight that we have here.
Yeah, the only one.
Blitz is coming. Smith under pressure going end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Logan Thomas. And Washington an extra point away from tying it.
So, I mean,
bruh, that was the only touchdown he threw, bruh.
And
I don't know about you. I have a problem when my running back has 10 receptions and my receivers have 4 or 5. It just doesn't make sense to me.
You say you have a problem with it, but then you got these running backs like Alvin Kamara. I'm not saying that J.D. McKissick is Alvin Kamara, but what I'm saying is Alvin Kamara also be having 10 to 20 receptions. I'm just saying. Sometimes you have running backs who is specialized in screen passes, but then you have these running backs who are, like Frank Gore, who's powerhouse, who can run the ball, who has that speed to be elusive, things like that. And you know what, man? I understand where you're coming from, as far as, where Alex Smith has to get better. That is true. Yaga has to get better.
That's his game. He's not going to get better. He reached his ceiling. This is what we got to deal with, bro.
But what you can appreciate is Ron Rivera actually trying to find some type of game plan for him. You know what I'm saying? With and having the players on the outside to be able to bring everything together with this quarterback style. So I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out in the offseason. All right. But we all been talking about it. We all been talking about this defense. And here's an actual and extensive.
Is that the interception play?
Defensive highlight reel, for you guys. You guys check it out.
Roethlisberger looking, throwing. He's got a completion, no incomplete. Third and short. Roethlisberger coming near side, and it is. And then that. As Roethlisberger surveys the field, and underneath throw again, getting Ebron involved. Give it to Snell again, and he did not get there, I don't think. Roethlisberger quickly fires far side of the field. There is Johnson. 3-man rush. They get Juju Smith-Schuster involved. Bounces to the outside, trying to get to the mark. Roethlisberger stands in, throws incomplete. Feels like football for the undefeated Steelers, who get the ball back up by 4, and they give it to Benny Snell, who gets on second down, firing. It is knocked away. Roethlisberger quick to Juju Smith, some havoc. Second down and 10. Over the middle, Smith-Schuster is there again, surging. 3rd and 1. Roethlisberger, sidearm throw in. Kicker. Here's Roethlisberger, coming near side, tipped in the air, and it's intercepted by Washington. John Bostic picked it out of the air. Sweat knocked it up in the air. Bostic picked it off.
Hey, look. When I say that this game was a game of inches, this game was a game of inches.
Duh, I'm gonna tell you who I think is so overrated. Like he's so overrated, but he gets so much hype. Is Juju Smith,
You know what? I'll
bro?
bite
He's
it.
never he's never
Yeah,
been.
I'll bite it.
Bro,
I'll
you
bite it.
can't even bite it. I give you the whole platter. He has not been. He's been irrelevant since AB left.
Yeah, and this is the
He's been
I've
irrelevant ever
actually
since AB left, dog.
in the beginning of this year I've actually wrote an article on Juju Smith Schuster, and it was about um things that
Claypool about to take his spot.
yeah, it was things that scouts have missed on Juju Smith Schuster and things that people didn't miss. And honestly, it's just the reason why everybody, Pittsburgh fans, didn't really see Juju Smith Schuster as the number one option, is because I mean he doesn't have that he doesn't have the physicality. He doesn't have the physicality, and
No, he got the physicality. It's just like
I don't think he do. I don't think he does because I think
I don't know.
honestly,
His first
I
two
think I
seasons when
think
he came, he
I
was
think I
dogging on
think
the
I
other
think
side.
Antonio Brown would have made that first down. That's just me. I think Antonio Brown would have made that first down. But and it goes to me what I say is that they just have to be better. But like I said, I've been saying this the whole game. I've been saying this the whole game, and is that even before the game, and that is specifically how good are the Steelers really? I know we're not here to talk about the Steelers, but there's been it's just crazy how everybody looked this over with this game and hasn't really been acknowledging our defense and how it has been throughout the season. And
It's
I've
because
said
of
it.
our record.
Yeah, exactly. But despite what the record says, you know, our defense is there.
Yes, sir.
And one thing I'm not sure if you noticed it, right? But one thing that I really admired about this defense is how the linebackers have stepped up. The linebackers stepped up. I mean,
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
you seen the highlights.
Nah, nah, nah. They was doing their thing. They was
It
doing
ain't
their
been
thing.
it ain't been safeties. It ain't been cornerbacks there. It's been the linebackers. It's been Bostic, Cole Holcomb, and Kevin Pierre-Lewis. They've been there putting their bodies on these receivers and tight ends. Yes, Eric Ebron had two catches that were crucial that brought the team to 14,
Aaron
14 to
Ebron's a
nothing the first
dog at
half.
tight end.
Yeah,
He's a dog. Uh,
exactly.
He's
You
gonna
can
get
ask
his.
but so much. But this these linebackers, on Monday, they was just very aggressive. And I give major props to Jack Del Rio because he didn't let up at all. He didn't let up from this is what we've been talking about with halftime adjustments. We came down we came down 14 to nothing. And while we came down 14 nothing, you know, the adjustment was made.
Yeah,
And that's just how
yeah.
it's been the whole season. That's how it's been the whole season. Yes, we've been down, and our offense hasn't been able to catch up in time, but the defense was just there. The defense hasn't allowed a mass amount of yardage in the second half.
Nope.
They closed the gap and allowed our offense to try to get back into the game. And it's just now it's just the offense just can't leave this defense out to high, to leave the defense high and dry. You seen it in the first half where it was 14 to nothing, and then it was a three and out right away. The defense had to go right back on.
That's what I'm saying.
Those
That's been like that all season, though.
and those things are very crucial. Those things are very crucial when it comes to like we've been saying, playing complete football. You can't you have to give your defense a chance to be able to breathe and relax after they played so well, especially when this Pittsburgh offense can run you ragged for 12 plays in one drive.
No, they're not like that no more though. Remember the one problem with Pittsburgh is like they can't run the ball no more. They straight up passing team. they're not running the ball. And Connor's been hurt the whole season as well, and they got Lyman that's hurt. So it's like they're not playing their scheme. So everything has been on Big Ben, and that's why Big Ben just launching that joint. He's just throwing it. They're becoming a throwing team. They ain't got that consistency old school.
Yeah, and listen, man, this been great, and I have one more video, and this is I'm always trying to find this type of video because this is what we've been talking about with Ron Rivera's leadership, and this is where the respect from the players, where they respect Ron Rivera is such an all time high level, and this video right here is the actual speech that Ron Rivera gave after this victorious win.
Yeah, underdogs win. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, with a chance. That was a hell of a job. Again, make sure everybody understands it's more so than anything else. This is about who you guys are. We talked about going out today and playing to our ability, okay, and being the best team today. All right? Had nothing to do with records. Had nothing to do, again, with who you are. Only on the football field. And that's what you did. You guys put it out there and you played your asses off. You guys did some really good things in terms of showing who we can be as a football team. We take it one at a time. We take it one at a time, and we'll show up and play. I promise you that much, okay? It was a hell of an effort. You guys deserved it. You deserve the victory because you win. I want to give this one out. I want to give this one out. Where's Cam at?
Let's just go out next week and do our thing.
Let's go, man. Hey, just so everybody knows, everybody's going to get a game ball for this victory. Victory. Y'all earned it. Y'all deserve it. Here we go. Team on three. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, I ain't know my boy got game ball.
Say that again.
I ain't know my boy got game ball.
Yeah, he got the game.
I told you, that play he made, that's what sparked the whole offense, got them moving.
Yeah, exactly. It was a big momentum swing for the offense. But like that video I just played, listen, Ron Rivera, you can see where the respect comes from. You can see why these players respect him so much. Ron Rivera expects 100% from all of his players. And you can see that, in that whole speech, he said one thing that really jumped out to me. He said that, it doesn't matter about the record. The records don't matter. What matters is how you come out and
play.
And the way you come out and play is what our future is going to be, and show people how good of a football team that we can be. How good of a football team that we can be. And when you see the progression that we've had throughout the whole season, we're starting to form an identity. And at this point, I can wait a whole nother year to figure out a team name.
Oh no, we ain't no rush for that.
Yeah, no rush at all. I'm happy right now with the Washington football team, and we have to find an identity. And right now, we're still trying to find this identity. But I think this identity starting to seep out a little bit.
So what's the identity saying to you?
Aggressiveness.
That could mean anything.
No, not giving up. And what I mean by that is you've seen how, where players, when you have that one player that is injured, and it's like the whole team is just
the momentum.
Yeah. Antonio Gibson got injured, and they found out he wasn't going to come back in the game, and you would thought that things going to slow up. You would think that this team is not going to play to their ability anymore. But no, not at all. This team came out, was more aggressive. When Antonio Gibson did go out, you could see where, it bothered the team a little bit. But then in the second half, they came out and they grabbed the win. They grabbed it. And this is what it's all about in football when even if your star player do get injured and if they're out for the season, there's still football to play. You can see it with Joe Burrow. You see it with Joe Burrow. You see it with Dak Prescott in Dallas. It's just one of those things where you just have to just keep going out there and playing football. Your star player is injured. This is the time to put forth your best effort to win the game, because you're not just playing for you. You're playing to get the wins for that star player that got injured for the season. So, again, like I said, this is the identity that I see with this team is not giving up, playing complete football. If we come out like the way we did in the rest of the season for these next 4 games that we have left, listen, even if we do tie with the Giants and the Giants get in the wild card, I'm okay with it. But one thing I can say, the reason why we're better than last year is our record is better. We were 3-13 last year. 3-13. What's our record now? 5-7.
5-7.
Two more wins.
Better.
2 more wins better than what we were last season. I call
No,
that
Mike
I call that
Tomlin.
progress.
No, Mike Tomlin came out. He said he watched all of the film of our games, and he came out. He was like, I don't understand how they 4-7. He said they should have won some more games. There's no way they should have been 4-7.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He even said, his team he said, man, my team didn't deserve to win. My team didn't deserve to win. And he said, like I said earlier, he said that I live by the coaching creed. If you can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win. That was the case for us in this game. We couldn't get the yard. That yard mattered. And it wasn't just, that one time. It was multiple times where they just couldn't get the yard. And, he was disappointed. And he said that they didn't deserve the win. And despite what, these Pittsburgh fans might say about Mike Tomlin, I think he's by far one of the best coaches in the league.
Hands down. He's right under Belichick.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. As far as the energy and the level of respect that and the effort that he puts into his team. And honestly, I just might be people might not like when I say this, but I think Mike Tomlin is the best coach in the league. He took. I mean, listen.
Last year was his best year out of all the years him coaching. Even though he went 8-8 with the stuff he had to deal with to pull out 8-8, that was impressive.
Went 8-8.
But yeah, that was his first time he had a single digit
no Ben
record.
Roethlisberger, no Juju Smith-Schuster, no Deontay Johnson, no Bud Dupree, no Devin Bush. T.J. Watt was off and on the field. Listen,
Carter was hurt on and off the field.
Cameron Hayward, Joe Hayden. I mean,
yeah, he ain't had nobody.
He didn't have anybody, but he still was able to take this team to 8-8. But Ron Rivera, he came into this is what I like about Ron Rivera is he came into this Washington, whatever you want to call it. He came into this crazy this crazy abyss of craziness in this organization, and craziness is just an understatement. But it was a lot going on. But he came in and he said one thing, and this is what you see on the field, is that I'm not here to worry about the past relationship of the front office and things like that. I'm only here to win. I'm only here to win. I'm here to put these guys in the best situation possible to win, and I'm going to do that. It is why I'm here in Washington today. And this is what you see on the field. He just wants to win, and it's not going to happen overnight. I know Washington fans wants to see more wins on the board, but
it's not even that, man. I just wanted to know what this team was about. What was our scheme on offense and defense? Was we going to be a running team with a power defense and make you earn it, or are we going to be a pass happy gym? And it's like that just confused me. And then plus, you got to say Ron and blew a couple of games on purpose. So Like,
I don't even think it was on purpose. I think he gave his team a chance to. He tested his team and gave his players a chance to win, and they didn't do it.
all right,
You
let's
can't
go
get
to the
mad at
fans and answer some questions.
him. But we're gonna use these last 5 minutes of the show. Let's see what the fans have to say. You guys been hearing us for talk for an hour and some change. But now we want to hear from you guys. Exactly, what it is that you guys like so far. In the season. What did you guys like about this Monday night game? What wowed you? And so far we have. Oh, yep, he said 7-9. And he said Ron plays well in December as a coach.
Yeah, I done heard
That's
about that. That's
true.
his resume. That's his
Yeah,
resume.
that's true. And also, I do want to throw this out here: is the Monday night curse broken?
I don't know yet.
I don't know yet. It's a question that we
Well, we
should
had
ask.
we had what, 2 Monday night games we won, or just one so far?
Just one.
I need a couple more. I need a
Yeah.
couple more.
We have Courtney. She says, "I agree. Alex ain't it. He just filling in for Haskins for the moment." I see. Yeah, that's an
Man,
actual good a good way of looking at it.
nah,
Like I
that's what
said,
I'm hoping. That's the game plan. I hope he retires after this year.
off season is around the corner.
I'm just waiting.
We'll,
I hope
we'll
he
see what happens.
don't try to compete next year. I hope he don't.
And Courtney said again, defense was looking good. Defense is looking amazing.
Yeah.
Defense has been looking good the whole season.
No, they still got some more flaws, bro. Let's be honest. The defense still has some more flaws. They missing some tackles still. They got to wrap up better. But overall, it's a good, solid defense.
The tackling has to be consistent. The linebackers have to be consistent. And let's just hope that what we seeing Monday night is what we see for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all the comments that we have so far. That's all the comments that we have. But hey guys, it's been great. It's been so great. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can definitely follow us on Facebook and Twitter at the HOG-side and on Twitter at the HOG-side. For more daily updates, you can catch our show on Facebook and YouTube. You see it down there at 7 p.m. Eastern every week. And again, like I've been saying, guys, we're coming up on our season finale. And
Week 17, baby.
Week 17 will be our season finale. It'll be huge. I'll be having special guests. Already got that lined up. One of the big things that I do want to talk about is I've actually was able to set up an actual interview with the future NFL draft prospect. He is an offensive lineman. His name is Quinn Manners, and I'll be on a special segment of Gridiron Interviews, which is brought to you by Pigskin Nut Media. And I'll be given the opportunity to actually sit down and talk with Quinn Manners, and he's an offensive guard from University of Wisconsin Whitewater, and he's one of the top draft prospects, offensive line. He's one of the top offensive lineman prospects in the D3 division. So it's actually pretty. It's a pretty big opportunity. I've actually
That's
been able
gonna
to
be
talk to him.
dope. That's gonna be dope.
So next week at 9:00, I'll definitely be posting it inside of the HOG-side page, so you guys can definitely tune in. But if you guys been saying that we need some offensive linemen, then this guy just might be.
We need him.
But he has some great highlights. I would actually be posting his highlights inside of the Facebook and on Twitter. And again, I'm your host CJ, CJ the Hog, and this is DMV champ Brian.
People.
And you guys have a good night. It's been fun.
Peace.